Alrighty, hi guys. Today is Monday, the 10th of February. It doesn't feel like it, it's already the 10th of February. January has gone so quick and February has less days compared to other months, and it's just gonna go like that. Anywho, I went to a coffee roastery nearby. It's a well-established roastery near which it already has its own market, mostly for 40 plus years old, judging from the time that I was being there. This is the second time, by the way, and most of the customers that actually come to the place, I would like to assume that they're old. I mean, they look old. They're like my aunties and my uncles. No, they're older than my dad. It's like at least 60s or 70s, right? The reason why I went there, I bought 4 different types of coffees. I would like to taste them, but first of all, I would like to learn about their appearance, yes, their aroma, the smells, visually how they look, and the taste by chewing the beans, like literally eating the beans. By doing these things, then I'll be able to tell how well the beans are developed. Mind you, I'm still learning as well. I'll be able to see what the market is like for those group of people. So let's dig into it. So all of the packagings, they're all the same. So 4 of them. But I got 4 different types of beans. One of them is a blend, which is their specialty, their signature blend. 2 of them are Robusta, and one of them is Arabica. I've already opened one of them. It's Robusta from Garut. I think Garut is in Java Island. I think it's West Java, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put a map to where Garut is. So what I'm gonna do, I have these 4 plates. This is pretty much just a lid for a takeaway box. Reuse, guys, reuse. So, and I'm too cheap to buy a specially made plate for looking at coffee beans. I mean, they're still plastic, right? So it does the job, so why not? So what I'm gonna do, gonna slowly pour them into these 4 plates here. I keep looking at my screen, but I keep forgetting that the camera is over there. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna pour a little bit, put that aside. I'm sorry, I'm drenched in sweat because I rode my bicycle to the shop. You know, a bit of an exercise, why not? Now, please focus on that. Please, camera, please do your job. I'm not good at this. Someone please help me. But yeah, it's Robusta from Garut. Usually they're roasted, I'd say medium. I'm surprised that they don't roast it up to really dark as it's Robusta. It smells still a bit, it has some fruitiness, acidity smell to it. A lot of caramelized smell. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna bite into it, I'm gonna chew on it, you know, build my flavor profile, my palate. I mean, it is well roasted. I don't know if you can see it. This is a dissected roasted beans. It's well roasted. I mean, it's a little bit burned inside, but that means it's cooked through, at least. It's got some sweetness on it. I'm gonna take notes as I talk, so that I can refer back to it. Because when I do the cupping, I'll do the same note taking as well. So then I can always refer back to what they taste like dry, when they're being brewed. It's good in taking notes in this kind of the job that I'm doing now. So this is Robusta Garut. I'm just gonna write down a chew taste test. Alright, let's do it again actually. Oh, excuse me. It's bittersweet. I mean, it's sweet up front and it's bitter at the end. I'm assuming it's from the burnt inside of the beans. The outside is well caramelized, that's why it's sweet. The inside is a little bit burnt. I think when they roasted these beans, they used too much confection. That's why the inside is roasted to the point where it's burnt. That's why I'm getting the burnt taste. But the outside is well caramelized. Hey, but don't judge these beans just by doing this test. You want to do a cupping, which I'm gonna do on the next video, okay? Visual, it's not dark roasted. I'd say it's medium to dark, which is interesting, as usually Robusta, you would roast it up to like at least dark. So I'm quite intrigued to taste it. Aroma, sweet. Look guys, when you're taking notes as well, it doesn't have to be very complex. There's nothing wrong, right or wrong, about taking notes. As long as when you go back to it, as long as you understand what you've written down. Because at the end of the day, this is your point of reference. So there's nothing wrong or right about it. If anything, it's good because no one then can read or understand your note taking, okay? It's only for you and you only. Alright, we gotta put that aside. Where is it? Garut. Funnily enough, I know someone that is from Garut. I never realized that they actually produce coffee beans. Coffee beans. This is Robusta as well. This is from Ijen. I think this is from East Java. Ijen is a familiar name in the industry. I think it has its own popularity a couple of years back. I think up until now still. They have these a processor in this area, and I think they won Cup of Excellence back in 2020. I think I can't remember, but I have yet to try that beans. Yeah, this is Ijen, that's Robusta. Again guys, by doing this I will also be able to tell what sort of grade that they use. Again, this is my assumption. A few Quakers still. So what is a Quaker? A Quaker is an underdeveloped. If not, they're actually not developed enough during the picking process. Either they were picked green or not quite ripe yet. So it doesn't have that. So the beans itself doesn't have the cells, structures enough for it to develop during the roasting process. So that's why it doesn't roast properly and it just becomes pale brown. And you don't want it to be in your cup. You don't want it ended up being in your cup, because then it will affect the overall flavor of the coffee in your cup. Again, smell. It's got a little bit of the acidity smell, like floral smell. Gonna write that down. Floral, a little bit of acidity to it. And then visual, it's the same as Garut beans. It's medium to dark. Alright, now it's taste test. Wow, it's just pure bitterness. Ooh, I need to cleanse my palate. Ooh, it's bitter to the point where it's a little bit just a tiny bit over the line. It's unpleasant in my palate. As a dry beans, again, do not judge. We're gonna do a cup testing, cupping. I'm imagining that this bean will have a great body, but we'll wait until then. Now, the next one is Arabica from Toraja, Sulawesi. Of all of these three, this is the most expensive one. It's 300,000 rupiah per kilogram, which is equivalent to $30 a kilogram, roasted. Spices, smells like spices. Can't quite pinpoint what that is yet, but I can tell they use high quality beans on these ones. It's the size are evenly sized beans, which is good, because then if you have a different size beans, when you roast them, you'll have uneven roasted beans. Small one, for example, might be overdeveloped, and the bigger ones might be underdeveloped, and it will, at the end of the day, it will affect the cupping profile. And in this coffee industry, really, it's all about taste. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you have a great packaging, if you intrigue and entice people to buy your coffee beans from the packaging that you have, but when they taste it, it doesn't taste as good, then you might not be able to retain those customers. So at the end of the day, it's all about taste. It's all about flavor, okay? Yay, it smells like, I can't describe what it smells like, but it's very intriguing. Oh, Arabica, Toraja. Wow, it smells savory, funnily enough. Arabica, Toraja. Smells savory. It actually smells savory. It smells like Smells like sweet, salty, peppery, almost like pepperoni smell like. Yeah, interesting one. Now let's do a taste test. Wow, 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 wow. Sweet, earthy, spices, nutty. Wow, yeah, I can taste the smell, which, again, mind you, I couldn't pinpoint what that smell is. But overall, it's got that sweet up front, earthy at the end, with a bitterness lingering, really. Mind you, this is all dry taste, okay? Might cup differently. It will cup differently. Visually, it's well roasted. I'd say this is a medium roast. Even size bean as well. Amazing. Now, last one. So this is called Sidik, which is short for Sidik Kalang, so Sidik Special. From what I've read, this coffee shop, this roastery, they started off by selling Sidik Kalang coffee beans. So Sidik Kalang is I think it's an area in North Sumatra that is well known for producing coffee. This is a blend, I'm assuming, of Robusta and Arabica, because as you can see, what am I doing with my hands? You filthy animal, you should be using this plate here. Wow, it smells sweet. Look at it. It's a blend of really dark roasted coffee beans with medium roasted beans. I'm assuming the medium one is Arabica and the black one is Robusta. It smells amazing though, like it smells really sweet. Uh-oh, look at this. I think they might have used sugar. I don't know. Uh-oh, what is that? Damn, that's crazy. Let's try it actually, let's try it. Don't do that, kids, don't do that. It's literally charcoal. Oh my god, why did I do that? Anyway, I don't even know how to taste this, honestly. But visually, it's at least in my eyes, it's unpleasing. Yeah, I don't know why. It's just black and brown. It's just, yeah. Let's taste the medium roasted one actually. Oh yeah, that's sweet. That is sweet. The sweetness smell, I'm assuming it comes from the dark roasted ones. Yeah, I'm intrigued to try cupping these. Right, that is it for today. What I've learned from today's learning process is that commercially roasted beans. What do I learn today? Nothing. I'm joking. From what I've learned today from a roaster point of view is that I think you cannot judge coffee beans just from its visual appearance from the outside. It might look good and all. When you roast the beans, you might actually reach the color of you might actually reach the desired color of your profile. But then when you cut through the beans, you might have an uneven roasted beans. It might be overdeveloped or it might be underdeveloped. In this case, the Robusta from Garut, I think it's a little bit overdeveloped inside. It's a little bit too burnt inside. Even though the outside beans looks really nice, visually pleasing, the inside is overdeveloped. Then also, for me, I find that it's important to actually taste the beans before you cup them. It gives you a learning curve as well, because you might have an image of what the beans is going to taste during cupping process. Then you might be wrong or you might be right, and then you will go back to your note taking, and as you build that sort of taste profile, dry and wet, then you'll have a bigger dictionary as to what coffee might taste when it's brewed. Also, what I've learned today is that coffee beans comes with a price. Out of these four, the most expensive one is from Raja, and they actually put premium Arabica, right? And I get why, because it's evenly sized, which means tracing back to the farm level, when they pick the fruits, they sort the seeds and the beans, they actually do it properly. Because then when it comes to the roaster hands, it comes in an even sized beans. And as a roaster, when you roast those beans, it's easier compared to an uneven roasted beans, which is hard to control. You as a roaster might buy a sieve and actually sieve through the beans and go through each size. But then again, it's another step process as a roaster, which will take your time and your effort. And you might end up having 2 little small beans and 2 little big beans, and then you might end up not roasting the beans. You know. Anyway, again, good coffee, good quality coffee, premium quality coffee comes with a price. As the price of coffee keeps increasing, I'm a little bit scared as to see where this industry will go, but excited as well, because that means these challenges will only keep the best coffee producers out there. I might get bashed by saying it, but that's my take anyway. But yeah, that's it. Peace.